It was supposed to be my birthday dinner. Candlelight. Soft laughter. My sister's hand lingering too long on the shoulder of my husband. I saw it before I understood it, the way his eyes flicked toward her when he thought no one noticed. But I noticed everything. And then she said it. "We have something to share," she began, her voice trembling with false humility. "I'm pregnant." Forks froze midair. My mother gasped. Someone clapped. And then, as if time itself had stopped breathing, she added, "It's Daniel's." My husband didn't deny it. Not a flinch. Just lowered his head, jaw tight, like a man caught speeding, not wrecking a marriage. I smiled, slowly, and raised my glass. "To new beginnings," I said. He looked up then, confusion flickering behind his guilt. He knew that smile. It wasn't forgiveness. It was a warning. We weren't always like this. Daniel and I had been the golden couple. At least that's how people described us. He was steady, deliberate, the kind of man who measured his words. I loved that about him. I thought it meant integrity. And my sister, Leela, she was the wildfire to my calm. She'd borrow my clothes, my makeup, my dreams. We were inseparable. She used to joke that she'd marry someone just like Daniel one day. I thought she meant the type, not the man. Looking back, I can see it. The first time she leaned in too close to him at Christmas, the way she laughed too easily at his dull jokes. I told myself it was family closeness. It wasn't. It was rehearsal. The truth began to show in fragments. Late-night calls he couldn't explain. The scent of my sister's perfume, her signature scent, jasmine and smoke, on his jacket. One night, I saw his phone light up while he showered. A message previewed across the screen. "Leela, you left your tie here again. Naughty." That was the night something in me cracked. Not loudly, quietly, like thin ice splintering underfoot. I didn't confront him. Not yet. I needed to be smarter than that. Revenge is never about rage. Rage is messy, loud, predictable. Revenge, real revenge, is art. So I waited, smiled, slept beside him, played the devoted wife until he couldn't tell the difference between truth and performance. When he mentioned wanting to start a family again after months of trying, I suggested a fertility test. "Just routine," I said, "to make sure everything's okay." He agreed. He always trusted me to handle the details. I picked up the results myself. I remember the doctor's words like scripture. "I'm sorry, but your husband's results show azoospermia, complete infertility, has been for years, years," which meant he couldn't be the father of any child. That knowledge sat inside me like a live wire. I could have confronted them right then, but no. I wanted witnesses. I wanted theater. So I planned the dinner. My birthday of all days. The one day no one would suspect me of malice. I chose the restaurant, the seating, the wine. I even made sure Leela sat directly across from me. I wanted to see her face when her world turned inside out. I remember the exact moment she stood up, glowing with stolen triumph, and announced her pregnancy. The silence afterward was delicious. The anticipation almost sacred. When I raised my glass, everyone thought I was being gracious. But grace can be a weapon if you know how to wield it. "To new beginnings," I repeated, "and to truth. May it always find its way to light." Then I turned to Daniel, my voice calm, deliberate. "Oh, speaking of truth, darling, I picked up your fertility test results last month, remember? The ones that said you're infertile?" The air shifted. Someone dropped a fork. Leela's smile faltered. Daniel's eyes widened. His mouth opened, but no sound came. So, I continued softly, either medical science just witnessed a miracle, or someone else fathered that child. I let the silence breathe. Let everyone process it, the implications crawling through their minds. My mother's hand went to her chest. My father muttered a curse. Daniel looked at Leela, horror dawning slow and painful. "You said, I thought," she stammered. And that's when I stood, calm, composed, dead inside, but alive with purpose. "Save it," I said. "You two have already given me the best birthday gift imaginable. Freedom." I slid the manila envelope across the table. Divorce papers I'd prepared 2 weeks earlier, all signed, all clean. Consider it my toast to closure. Then I left them there, under the dim restaurant lights, their shame blooming where their love had once festered. I didn't cry that night. I didn't scream. I went home, poured myself a glass of wine, and sat in silence. The quiet felt earned. People always say revenge doesn't heal you. They're wrong. It doesn't fix the past, but it rewrites the ending. And sometimes that's enough. Daniel moved out within a week. Leela disappeared for a while. Rumors said the baby wasn't his after all, that she'd been seeing someone